Hello, everybody, and welcome to 3 Years AMA. I'm really happy to have you here. My name is Anita Mlakar, and with us today will also be Sandi Bitenc, CEO of 3Air. Ruba will also be with us. She's the head of marketing, and we have a surprise guest whom we will announce in just a few seconds. But first, of course, don't forget to click like, share this AMA with your friends, write a comment, hit the bell icon to get notifications, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and you are welcome to be a part of our community on Twitter, on Discord, and on Telegram. Let me start, like we always do, with just a short introduction of 3Air and the project of bringing broadband internet to Africa. So 3Air blockchain platform will provide an easy-to-use blockchain-based ISP management system with integrated proven security, transparency, and low fees needed to operate a successful telecom. So the whole project is divided into 3 stages. Create a market with building on broadband infrastructure in Africa with K3 partnership, building the blockchain ecosystem and expanding the platform with additional functionalities and onboarding multiple ISPs. So for our development, we have chosen to build on Scale blockchain. Cities of Africa are vibrant, dynamic, and full of people running around with mobile phones, yet there is almost no true broadband connectivity. Cities have grown too fast and without real connectivity plans, so now it is impossible to dig trenches, lay cables, and provide fast and stable internet. The lack of internet in this region has also a social and economic impact, including the way citizens interact with their government, with businesses, and of course, with each other. And 3Air's vision is to make broadband connectivity available to the masses that is easy to access through its blockchain base. And we are introducing the project every week, getting together in our AMAs every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Central European time, and then every Monday again, I think it's 4 p.m. now. And we will be talking about it also today. So first, let's welcome Sandi Bitenc, the CEO of 3Air. Hello, Sandi.
Hello, Anita. How are you?
Hello. Okay, I can hear you now. Hello, Sandi. I'm good. I do hope my connection will be good because I'm not at home. I'm not in Slovenia today, so we're doing it a little differently. But let's just hope that we will be able to hear each other and that you will be able to hear us and, of course, to see us. But Sandi, I'm sure you have a real good connection, so there's no problem with that. We are not alone today, Sandi. First, Ruba Ramoni is also with us, and I would like to
you already. I wanted to be a surprise for Ruba also that she jumped.
You didn't tell me.
So no, and I think that
Okay.
I think today we have like a whole German team. Wir könnten auch Deutsch reden, oder? I think
Ja,
you're
das
in
kann wir.
Germany. You're in
Ja, ich bin in
Germany,
Stuttgart.
and our surprise guest is actually he's living in Dubai right now, but he is Austrian and originally. And okay, Ruba is kind of from Germany, living in Belgium. She grew up in Dubai, so yeah, it's all the mix. But everybody here speaks German today. We can make a German show.
Okay. Wir sollen alle fragen, ob sie das verstehen, weißt du? We should ask you if you understand German.
Das wird nicht gehen. Let's have it in English.
Yeah, of course. So thank you. I see that a lot of you are also with us, sending greetings, saying hello. And Sandi, first of all, let me just... Did you see how I used it when I was announcing the project? I was thinking about it, the right 3 fingers.
Really? Of course.
Yeah. Sandi, just before we also introduce our special guest, just tell me, how are you?
I'm fine. I'm actually pretty good. Got some rest. I heard that on the last few calls I was really looking exhausted, but I did get some sleep in now, and I actually got to the pool yesterday, and that was so I'm living in a house that has a pool downstairs, and I've been back to Dubai since end of September. This was actually the first time that I went to the pool in all this time. So yeah, I did take a bit of rest. Just it was an hour of kind of off and listening to some podcasts, and that was it.
That is good because you need to rest. We need you on the project. But you're active all the time. You are resting a little bit, but still so much going on, Sandy. Big announcements and with everything on the project. So you are active, right?
Yeah, we are now upping the game a bit. So just coming up to the launch in April. Now things are gonna start picking up. So a lot of stuff is going on in the background,
Yes,
and
it
will come
is.
out. Yeah. So today, one of the announcements is coming out today, and I think it's gonna be a month full of good things.
Okay. So now I think it's time that we invite first Ruba. I already said it, so maybe I should wait. And she was also part of the surprise. But
Well, we'll just
another
we'll
guest,
just we'll just put Ruba in just to say
yeah.
hello, and then we'll take her out again.
Hi, everybody.
Hey,
Hello,
Thank you
Ruba.
Ruba.
for having me.
It is
I'm
always
here
nice
for
to
a
have you.
special reason that I
Yeah.
cannot tell anyone yet.
So
Okay.
you'll just I would say, like, when you feel about it, you just jump in the call and just surprise us.
Okay, I will.
Okay. Cool.
You
See you
you will be
later.
special today, but Ruba, it's always nice to have you. I always like to have chat with you. Um, you have a lot of information, and still it is so nice to look at you. That's I'm
Oh,
saying that as a woman, as a woman.
Okay.
likewise.
I'm not saying anything.
Exactly. Let's
Just
skip
wisely.
ahead. All right.
Okay, thank you, and jump in anytime. Now we do have this special announcement, and we were talking about it a lot in our channels, of course, trying people to guess who will be joining us today and why. And now I think it's really time to call up our special guest. Let's reveal who today guest is. He's a CEO of Dubai-based fintech firm iBloxx, and his name is Domenik Maier. Hello, Domenik.
Mm. Anita,
Hey,
today you
hey,
can.
Anita. Hey, Sandy. Hey, everyone. Nice to be
Hey,
here.
Dominik.
Thank you for having me.
Hello. Just a short introduction, Dominic, before we start talking about it. And of course, you will be doing this, also saying what is going on and why. But the firm designs artificial intelligence, right? And machine learning algorithms. I read that on the net. To manage active trading models for a variety of instruments across traditional and now also crypto commodity markets and so on and so on. You have, of course, a lot of experience in that field. Domenik, maybe just for starters, would you also do a short introduction of what you are doing?
Of course. Well, thanks again for having me on. Um, I'm Dominic. I'm from Austria, as Sandy mentioned. I have a long history in the derivatives trading and financial markets. It's almost 20 years now. And we are a professional market making firm, algorithmic trading firm. We basically support uh, projects that are listing their own tokens in the whole process. We are very boutique. We choose a very, very small amount of projects that we're working with. We are not a off-the-shelf market maker. We turn down, I would say, about 95% of the clients. And we are in a fortunate position that we can actually pick and choose the projects. And we chose up to partner up with 3Air because of the massive potential that you actually have. And we're really happy to support you guys in your whole, I would say, in your whole journey to become a leading crypto service provider.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Thanks.
so
So
Sandy and
yeah. just it really is like this. So I don't even remember if you took anybody else on in the last month here. Everything that I hear is just like turning all the projects that were turned down. So I'm really happy that this happened, and it was really amazing talking to Domenik. Although I need to say, we met, the first time that Domenik heard about the project was when I was presenting it at Crypto Valley, and he was like really not impressed, right? So once we actually got together, like a bit more personally, and started talking, then Domenik was like 15 minutes, and he was like ding ding ding, and everything made sense, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I would like to correct that. It's not. I was actually very impressed what you guys do. From the first time I saw it, I just didn't see the crypto connection, right? I mean, you're providing internet in Africa, and I thought you having like this amazing philanthropic project where you're basically allowing people in Africa to gain access to the internet, because that's how it was presented, right? You are like very tech savvy. And that's how I saw it. I was like, wow, this is an amazing project. I wish I could get involved, actually, because we are very much supporting philanthropic projects, and that's something where I was very interested. It's one of the main reasons why we're actually working with you guys. What I didn't see at that time was, because of all the technical background that you guys have, how crypto comes in. And then I realized, yeah, wait a second. You're providing not just internet for people that have no internet access, you're providing all the uses about that, right? Like, I mean, banking for the unbanked. Any one of your clients can basically open up his app and then pay internet with your application. He can, start saving money. He can start investing money. I mean, in Africa, people, they don't have access to banking. I mean, this is huge, right? And this is like life-changing for kids in Africa, or for adults that are looking to get out of poverty. I mean, let's face it, right? I mean, the numbers better, how many percentage are unbanked in Africa, and once I saw, okay, the potential between 3Air, that's when I wanted to be involved, and I wanted to support you guys, in your journey, basically.
That's a nice thing that you are saying about 3Air. Sandi, how does that feel,
No, it's always, yeah, of course, it's really nice to hear this. And I also need to say, it's always nice talking to Domenik, because he has, not only knowledge about, his stuff, he is a genius in that part. But he also understands, basic project, and he has the ability to really present it, straightforward and really easy with just a few words.
Thank you very much. That's nice to hear. Thank you, Sandy.
So, Domenik, what is it that you're doing for companies, when supporting them?
I mean, our support, as I mentioned, we are not a stand-up market maker. We have all the algorithmic trading expertise in general market making, and using our algorithms and our machine learning and artificial intelligence algorithms. We utilize all of that, right? But market making in the traditional markets, in the stock markets, in the futures markets, or even in the cryptocurrency markets, normally work different, meaning you don't engage with the client directly. I used to basically engage only with the exchanges, right? So I go to an exchange, I work out an agreement with them, they give me obviously a favorable commission rate, and I just trade there. I trade whatever currency I want to trade, whatever token I want to trade, whatever stock I want to trade, right? And as a market maker, you're always providing liquidity. Your job is to basically earn the profits between the bid and ask spread, and make the token, liquid, and the currency or the underlying liquid, decrease the spread so people can buy it and sell it freely, right? That's the core business, what the market maker does. Now, we enhanced that part of the business, and we actually we drilled it down. We said, okay, what is it that we want to achieve? Cryptocurrency markets, there is a lot of potential. and we prefer to work with a very few selective amount of clients, right? So projects like 3Air, where we see potential, where we see also this philanthropic aspect of what you guys are doing is amazing, and that's one of the main reasons we wanted to get involved, and we wanted to support you. So what we are doing is the general market making, so that making sure that your cryptocurrency is liquid, it's freely traded, there's a fair price to it. That's the general parts, right? In addition to that, we go the extra mile, I would say, and I think Sandy can confirm that. We try to help on all ends. You know, we try to open up doors, you know, to maybe strategic partnerships, you know, to venture capital funds, you know, if there's a need in capital, anything that basically supports the project to make it a success, right? I mean, we're like partners in this. We want to help you become successful, and we provide our expertise in that sense. So whether it's opening up doors to investment funding, whether it's providing pure liquidity on the exchanges, whether it's providing the pure market making services that we are doing, where, you know, we make sure that the token and the cryptocurrencies is fairly traded, you know, with a fair price, that there's a, you know, that people can buy and sell your token in an efficient way.
Very
Yeah, and
interesting.
I can for sure attest that Domenik is going the extra mile. So I think the last 2 days we had calls with Domenik at midnight, literally at midnight, really. So we've been working around the clock, and Domenik is also helping us with an additional use case for the token, and we'll not reveal that one yet, right? So that's going to be another surprise.
Yes, it's another strategic partnership we're working on for you guys to support you. This is completely, obviously, on top of what we are doing. It's like I said, we want to help you guys, right? And that's what we do with all the clients. We're trying to, the select few that we're taking on, we're really going all in. And it doesn't matter if it's midnight or 2 a.m. If something is urgent and needed, we're going to be there.
Great. There are a couple of questions coming in. It was actually something that I wanted to ask you too, but Michael is also asking this question. What are the requirements to be chosen by you, Domenik, and your company?
Oh, I mean, they're significant, right? So it needs to be a good team. It starts always with the team, right? I mean, we would never take on a project which we don't know the team behind, or it's anonymous or anything. It also has to do with our KYC and compliance that we are obligated to do. So there it starts, right? So we look at the team very much first, and then we look at, okay, what is the utility behind what are these projects doing, right? Because for us, we believe in the blockchain ecosystem, that, you know, there should be some real utility, some real use case behind it, right? And to be honest, it's very hard to find projects which provide so much value to the people and to the blockchain ecosystem than 3Air. So this is where it starts. The team, what are you doing? And then we go further and see, okay, well, you know, how are you guys getting paid, right? Because we're not interested in projects where the owners are getting a huge payday, you know, in the beginning or anything like that. Because you know, we want longevity. We want that, you know, you're in this for the long term, right? For your investors, because ultimately, I mean, we are, you know, in a partnership together. So all of these things are critical to us. And of course, we also look at the potential, right? I mean, clearly, I mean, it's not just from a philanthropic point of view. I don't want to make this impression, because we love that part, but we're also in it to obviously earn money. And for that, we look at the potential of the project itself, right? So we look at, okay, well, where can we support you the best, and how big is the potential of what you guys are doing?
Great.
Can
You were
I
talking
ask
about
you a
it.
question?
Yeah, of course. Sandy,
Yeah.
go ahead.
So my question would be, like in general, you know, there are a lot of bad projects, but there are also good projects that launch and they don't have a successful launch. You know, what's how do you see from your perspective and your line of work, what do projects do wrong when they launch their token in the beginning?
Oh wow. Oh, that's how much time do we have? Because we can talk about that until after midnight. Okay, well, it's completely varies, right? I mean, often it starts with the structuring. Let's say you have what you mentioned, it's a good project. So let's say you have a good team and you have a good product, right? But then often sometimes we see what is missing is understanding the trading part of it, the investment side of it, right? What does an investor look at when he wants to invest into a project? For example, let's say we have projects, they come to us and they say, and they have a great product and they have a great team and everything, but they're saying, okay, yeah, we have this price in mind, we have this amount of supply of tokens, we are going to list at an exchange, and I do the calculations, and then I have to tell them, guys, no offense, your market capitalization at listing price is $80 million. I mean, no offense, be realistic. You're not worth $80 million when you list, right? You would have to bring a lot to the table to have this kind of value. So, other investors, professional investors like us or others, I mean, they look at that, right? They analyze that and they see that, right? They compare, okay, so let's say it's a DeFi protocol, right? And the DeFi protocol is they value themselves at like $50 million to start out, right? So me as an investor and cryptocurrency investors, they go in and they say, okay, well, market capitalization at start is 50 million. Their biggest competitor is maybe $1 billion and market cap. So I have a potential of 20x. 20x sounds big, but it's actually in cryptocurrency markets, it's often not that big, right? Because what's the probability that this DeFi protocol gets to the same level as the others, right? I mean, it's rather low because the others are, established, right? So, these things are critical. You have to understand the market. You have to understand what's a fair valuation of a project, and then go from there, basically. So that's one of the biggest mistakes that we see. And then we see other projects where, they have completely wrong vesting schedules, for example, right? And they say, okay, we have seed investors, venture capital funds. Let's say they buy at 1 cent, for example, that's the listing price. That's the price that they can buy. They invest whatever, 1, 2, 3, 4 million in seed capital at 1 cent, and the project lists at 10 cent, and the venture capital funds immediately have the funds. I mean, they're already up 10 times the investment with huge capital. I mean, they're not going to sit on their tokens. They will sell them, right? I mean, it's very hard to convince an institutional investor to not sell a part of their tokens if this is the upside that they already have. So it's very key and very important that you talk to your seed investors and say, look, guys, please, let's be in this together. This is a long-term good project. You're going to get that price. The listing price is going to be X, so yes, you get a discount, but let's be realistic, right? And we are long-term investors. We can see, to work together, kind of like, like these are like standard mistakes that we see that are happening often.
Okay,
Yeah, and that we
maybe
corrected
just
also a bit in the last days. Yeah, that we need to update the things, but we did make some good changes to the tokenomics, and yeah, also our market cap is now coming down, and it's gonna be the launch market cap is gonna be below 1 million, so that's good. That thanks for helping us out in this one, Domenik. And yeah, we also extended some vesting periods for seed and private investors for some of them, and I think we're still in talks with some of the other private investors, so maybe we'll get even the launching market cap even lower. So yeah, for sure, this is going in the right direction.
Yeah, I mean, I think the changes that you made, they make absolute sense, and I think they're very good. Maybe if I want to add some other things, they're a bit technical, but those are also like some major flaws that we see. Like two things where people just, they're not aware of this situation, and you cannot blame them because they don't come from this investment background or trading background, especially not on blockchain trading, right? I mean, the traditional finance market has been obviously operating since a very long time, but trading directly on the blockchain is a bit different, right? So two things are also critical. For example, when you are listing a token on a decentralized exchange, you need to make sure that you protect yourself from algorithmic traders, from sniping bots, right? That buy a huge supply as the first investor because they have the technology behind, and and then the price goes up, and then just they sell everything, right? And then they crash the token price and things like that. So that's one other key aspect that people need to understand. Or a second aspect, when people don't launch on a decentralized exchange, they say, oh, let's list immediately on a centralized exchange, do an initial exchange offering. This can also be sometimes not the most ideal case. In most of the cases, I think the exchanges are very supportive and working together well. But securities lending is a big thing, and securities borrowing is a big thing in regulated markets, right? I mean, that's the right of that's a part of the trading ecosystem in the traditional capital markets, and it's also the same in the cryptocurrency markets. So, and I don't condemn that at all, but it's important for a launch, right? Let's say a project gets listed on a central exchange, and if you don't have a good market maker that knows what's going on, what can happen, what happened sometimes on some not so good exchanges, is that the tokens that were listed there for liquidity were basically borrowed to a trading firm, and they just waited until the price got up a little bit, and then they just sold it off, right? They sold off tokens that they didn't even have, that they borrowed, right? It's called short selling, basically. And these things just, you need to work together with these exchanges, right? And most of them are very good. It's just sometimes, mistakes can be made there, and it's important to have a good market maker to work together with.
Yes, definitely. Here is an interesting opinion. A lot of good comments are coming in, and here is an opinion from Michael. He said that people do not identify with products or services because we are emotional creatures. And what is missing, on his opinion, is the why. Why are they doing it? Why should I, as the one interested in the project, care? Do you agree,
I think
Michael?
that's more a question for you, Sandy, right?
Yeah, both of you also, yeah.
I mean, from my perspective, and I cannot, I mean, I love your project, right? So why is to me completely obvious. I mean, we can, like, you guys, 3Air can change lives of people in Africa. Let's face it, right? I mean, if people don't have access to internet, they don't have access to banking, I mean, how do you grow as an economy? It's physically impossible if you don't have access to the financial systems, right? You cannot save money. You cannot borrow money. I mean, it's very, very challenging for poor countries to then develop, right? So, and that's really one of the main use cases where you guys are like really providing something of value.
Exactly, and it's also what we've been talking to Domenik. So, going more into what impact we actually are having there. So that's emotional. Of course, a product is not emotional, so it's like can be totally, just a product, and but what we can achieve with it, that's for sure is emotional. So just imagine giving a child the possibility to educate himself and then get work or whatever, with some products that we are coming out and connecting to 3Air will actually be giving people the opportunity to also get some income, to earn some money there in Africa, and that's going to be life changing. So I think 3Air will change a lot of lives, really a lot of lives. So the impact that we might we might have in Africa is huge. Just looking at Ethiopia, there's 115 million people there, and the connectivity there is is not on par. So they're really waiting to get some good broadband, and that's gonna bring a lot of new opportunities. And just for me, it's unimaginable. I was always kind of trying to go into helping people. For the last decade, I was working as a functional medicine practitioner. Besides doing jobs with software development and such stuff. So and it was actually because it helped me a lot, and I just wanted to learn it, and I did learn it, and I just was helping other people. And but it's like helping one and one, but with this we can actually help millions, and literally millions.
Yeah.
I do think that
Absolutely.
3 years why is very transparent and logical. I think Michael was more referring in general, as I understood the question, that a lot of those projects are missing the why. And I think 3 years is doing great. Michael is also saying that he really likes the partnership that 3 years is making people with knowledge, heart, vision, and spirit. And as he says, Domenik, it's really great to have you on board. So yeah,
Thank you.
me too.
I think that's really one of the key partnerships that we actually, if not the most important partnership that we actually made, because we can have like really the best project there is at all, but if we don't have somebody that'll take care of everything that needs to go with the token, it's not going to work. It's just not going to work. So that's why it's really important to have Domenik on board.
Great.
Thank you.
Domenik, just another question. Maybe you were talking about the team and the importance of the team. Could you tell us a little bit about your team?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, we have blockchain developers on board, of course. They have lots of Solidity experience. They come with all the experience that needs to be, combined with trading, right? So they know how to protect yourself, tokens when they're listed on decentralized exchanges from, these sniping bots, algorithmic traders, that wanna do some. They're also able to protect transactions from being front ran on the blockchain, because right, blockchain is amazing for transparency purposes, and right, but it comes also with a caveat that maybe transactions can be front run, right, and things like that, and it's like always a pro and con, right? I know you guys launch on scale. There's other opportunities there, and it's good. You front running should not be possible there, but that's a part of the team. And of course, the other part of the team is the quant finance guys and data scientists that we have on board. Quant finance, they focus on the market making itself. They focus on improving the algorithms that we can get the spread down when we are listing, when we're supporting you guys to get listed on the central exchanges. I've seen this was also a question that I think Richard was it who asked if we will support getting 3Air listed on exchanges. Of course, right? We work with all the large major exchanges, and that's part of our process, right? To support you. That's what I meant with we are like a full-stop shop, right? So we support you in anything that you need, and of course, listing on central exchanges is a key component, clearly, right? So we're picking up these discussions already to have you guys listed on good exchanges. And
Hello, Ruba.
maybe for the team, I would also add we have compliance in place, right? That's another part that we, of course, need to have.
Great. Ruba, hello.
I think
She's
you need
great.
to unmute yourself. I unmuted you.
Subliminal messaging.
Yeah, very important.
Yeah. So what do you want to tell us?
I was showing you the daily secret giveaway code. So if you saw it, then you can go and type it in right now. Otherwise, I will say it in Chinese. No, I'm joking.
That I want to hear.
In German.
In German. But then we give the German speakers an advantage. So
yeah.
I will say it again in English. in actually spoken English, 2330. And you can go to our giveaway and put in the daily secret code there. If you haven't joined it yet, it's worth joining. You can, exactly, that's the link. You can win a lot of tokens and a MacBook Air.
Yay.
Wow. Yeah. 3 year.
Everybody go and fill out just click there. I think there's a few things that you need to do. So you need to like and subscribe, and it's like daily codes. So you go back daily, and you have more chances of winning.
Exactly. I'm
Yeah.
hopping out again.
You wanna tell us something else? You wanna chime in on the discussion?
I think there are some really good questions in the chat that we can answer, but everybody, it's really good news that we're partnering with iBloxx and Domenik, because they have a lot of experience, they have a lot of good connections, and it's only going to improve everything for 3R even more.
Yeah, great. Thank you, Ruba. It's true. Thanks for being with us, but please stay close, okay?
I'm staying close.
Okay. Thank you for the secret code. Sandi, want to jump in? I have another question for Domenik. Sure. Okay, Domenik, just it's from my point of view, from public speaking and public relations, how many times is not good enough pitching the reason that maybe some projects don't come to life or are not successful?
When you say not good enough, what exactly do you mean? Like the product itself, or the strategy, or?
Yeah, maybe they have a good project, they have a good strategy, everything is working, but because of the bad pitching or bad public speaking, they really don't have a success with it. How important is that? And is it one of the main factors?
I mean, it's crucial, right? It's absolutely critical. It's unfortunate, right? The cryptocurrency markets, how they work is you can have a phenomenal product, you can have a phenomenal team, but then maybe you're not good in sales, and you maybe don't, you do certain small mistakes that are absolutely vital, and your project just dies off, right? And then we see, on the other hand, you see projects with zero utility that have like really not a good product, there's not even a team behind that about, and they just take off, right? And then they're trading like billions of dollars a day and all, but that's a little bit of the reality that we're living in, right? So it's just, I think the ecosystem will migrate more towards to the good projects, the ones with real utility, and more away from projects that don't provide anything in that space, right? But let's face it, it's still, there's so much speculation going on, and but I think slowly the cryptocurrency markets are maturing. But we see this situation a lot, right? So I would say there's a big maturity of projects where this unfortunately happens. They have everything. They have a good product, good team, but they just were lacking in certain things, or made certain mistakes, or weren't maybe able to transport their true message, right? Because cryptocurrency markets, the investors are like thinking very, very simple. Right. So for them, it's more like, okay, what do you do? Tell me one sentence. Don't give me a white paper of 30 pages. Right. And that's sometimes, important to be able to transport the message. And I have to say, I mean, at first I didn't get it. Right. I was like, oh my God, this is an amazing project from philanthropic perspective. And we were thinking, okay, maybe we can invest here something, or we can do something in that space. Until I learned, oh no, you guys are like really doing something in the cryptocurrency markets directly, and not just providing internet. You're providing really like the person with a bank account, a digital bank account in crypto, of course, right? Like, you know, you're providing banking services, lending, borrowing, identity management is mentioned, and there's maybe some other things are coming, right? Which you're going to announce, I think, eventually.
So that's actually a really important question, Domenik. For you, you are already seeing some changes that people are not super interested in random coins without a utility anymore, and that they're moving more towards real world utility tokens?
Yeah, that's happening, but I would say it's still a big amount of you know, investors that more jump on like hype, right? They're like, oh, what's the next big, you know, hype project, right? But I would say the more sincere investors, they all look at utility, right? What's the purpose? What's the problem that you guys are trying to solve? And I mean, you know, like I mentioned, you guys really have something amazing there, and I love the story.
That's good. Bravo.
People in the chat agree.
People agree, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, they do. Domenik, another question. Where did you get your knowledge? I mean, how does one become Domenik Maier? What do you have to do?
Wow, that's a long. Okay, the AMA is gonna take quite some time. Well, let me give you a breakdown of my background. Originally, when I was young, I actually wanted to become a professional athlete. Unfortunately, I had injuries, and that didn't work then out. I had 11 surgeries, so my professional career was basically over by that. And in school, then you know, I was you know, school wasn't too challenging for me, so I was always the kid that sat in the last row in the corner hiding. And my friends were doing sports betting, right? So they were like all like betting on soccer, and I know nothing about soccer. I watched the World Cup, that's about it, and I watch a little bit of the Champions League, of course, but I am not like, you know, very in depth with knowledge, right? So I was playing basketball, and I was betting on certain things, but basketball you couldn't bet on. So I was betting on tennis, which was a bit of a hobby. And that was the time of Andrew Agassi, and the Austrian guy, Thomas Muster, just became like, was trying to become world number one. You know, he was competing with Pete Sampras and Agassi. So one day I placed this bet of course, that Thomas Muster will win, right? So I placed this bet, and then I walk in the city, and I see this bookkeeper, you know, because my odds were like 190, meaning if I invest $100, I get $190 back or so. In that time it was shillings in Austria. And then I walk in the city, and I see a different bookkeeper providing an odd of 210. And I was like, oh, damn. I should have placed a bet at this guy, because I would have gotten $210 back, or in the amount in shilling, right? And that did not this did not let me stop thinking. So I was back in class, it was lunch break, and I was like, okay, how is this possible? How is it possible that this bookkeeper pays 190 and this guy pays 210? So what I did was I placed another bet that Thomas Muster will lose, and I calculated a certain amount that I have to invest. So I somehow stumbled upon sports arbitrage betting. You know, so at the end, what I did all day long in class, I hope my math teachers forgive me, was basically looking for these bets in sports, right? Because there's only one outcome, right? In tennis, either my guy wins or my guy loses, right? Thomas Muster wins or Andrew Agassi wins. There is no tie, right? So I looked for these bookkeepers where Thomas Muster has a good odds. So I placed a certain amount of Thomas Muster. And in the same game, I went to a different bookkeeper and placed a bet that Andrew Agassi wins. And one of them wins, right? I mean, it has to. It's tennis, right? It doesn't stop with a tie. So no matter what happened, no matter who won, I won a fixed amount. It was like 5, 6, 7, 8%, sometimes 10%, right? So these odd differentials were there. And that's how I got actually into the market. So I was starting to make some funny money as a student and that got me hooked, right? So my injuries kept going, and I knew, okay, well, sports and basketball would not be my career anymore. So I was in this sports betting, but that became more and more difficult later on. But that got me hooked, because that was like, okay, well, hold on a second. There's two stock. There's the same stock is trading in Frankfurt and etc. And it's also trading on the New York Stock Exchange. They're not trading at the same price, because on Xetra in Deutsche Mark versus on the US stock market, the same company in US dollars, if you change the exchange rate, it was not the same price, right? And that's how I got into the financial markets. And then from that on, I mean, I was completely hooked. I read every book on the world. I mean, my library, when I was moving actually to Dubai, which is over a year ago already, I was really sad, because first I had to throw away quite some books. And then I put some of my books in the basement of a house in Austria. And I mean, that's always when I move somewhere, my library is the hardest thing to transport, because it's like, I own about over 1,000 financial books. It's only financial, game theory, financial markets, math, programming, all of that stuff.
Amazing story. And I knew there was this amazing story behind all of it. And also I see comments, what a great story. And it just makes me think that maybe I shouldn't be so hard on my son, when he's not being totally into school, listening to it.
Well, school wasn't too difficult for me, I have to say. But I was more like the type of person that just tried to get by. I knew when it was important to have good grades. So then that's when I focused and studied, and I was okay. I have the grade. Now let me focus on basketball again, or in that case already like the sports betting stuff. So that was interesting. That was fun.
Someone was asking, which position did you play in basket?
Well, I'm short. I play point guard, shooting guard. So yeah. Unfortunately, I stopped growing when I was 14. I'm like 185. So yeah, that was also another issue. I was too short. But I have a couple of friends that really made it. They made it into the NBA, and they were very successful. Nobody's playing anymore. I'm too old, unfortunately, and my friends are also too old. But yeah.
Let me tell you something. Anita is also playing basketball.
No
I think
way.
that's now the second woman that you met from Slovenia in this week that was playing basketball or still is.
Yes. Amazing.
This is now a veteran league, when the head wants and the body can't do it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, unfortunately, my body can't do it anymore. If I want to do some sports, I go play golf. That's about the safest sport that I can do, because 11 surgeries is quite a lot. I don't want to do a 12th. Yeah. So yeah, I'll focus on golf. But right now, there's no time for golf, unfortunately.
Yeah, I can imagine. You are in Dubai right now. That's a change, from coming from Europe and Austria. But Sandi has the same story. It's maybe now in the last year, but still, what is the feeling in Dubai? Not only by business, but how do you feel there?
Oh, I love it. I mean, I absolutely love it. I met the most amazing woman here in Dubai that makes my life very special. I love the city. I love the people here. It's so multicultural. I love the government as well. I think from that perspective, they did a phenomenal job of building this city. I mean, let's compare the United Arab Emirates, with for example, Nigeria, right? I mean, the kind of resources that they had, I mean, they had less resources than Nigeria, and what the United Arab Emirates government built in these years, that's phenomenal, right? I mean, there's no comparison to that. So that's the part when I'm really like. I have a lot of respect for what they built here, a lot of respect for the government, although I don't want to be too political in that sense, but I think that part of it needs to be respected. I think they did a phenomenal job. And of
they're
Very
course,
still
supportive.
and of course, you have everything here, right? I mean, the weather is amazing. I love it, because I'm really like a summer type of person. Okay, in the high summer, it's pretty hot, but like I would say 9 months of the year are like stunning here. You have really good places. You can go to the beaches. You can relax. There's everything. There's so many things that you can do in Dubai. That's really like nice. I would say the best example that Dubai is really like a special place is my mom came visited me in November, I think it was, and she was like really surprised how nice Dubai is and the variety that you have here from people, the friendliness, the security. There's so many things that make this a very special place.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and I think what's also really important is, especially for 3Year, but also for iBloxx and anybody in the blockchain industry, is that they're really trying to facilitate crypto companies right now, right? More and more crypto companies are moving there. Binance is building an office there. So it's becoming more and more relevant also to connect with people in the crypto space as well.
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, iBloxx is more than just in Dubai. We're also located in Europe, in Bulgaria, and in Liechtenstein. So I do a fair bit of traveling still, and managing, multiple companies. We have a team in Liechtenstein and in Bulgaria as well. So yeah, but absolutely, the Dubai or the Emirates governments, they're really advancing. They're really driving the blockchain ecosystem. That's another thing where I think they really stand out.
Thank you very much, Domenik. It was so amazing to have you here. Sandi, did you want to add something? I'm sorry.
No, I just I know that Domenik needs to go. He either way overshoot the time that he wanted to spend with us, but that was really a nice AMA. It was fun. It was educational, and I'm really I can just say welcome to the 3Year family, and thanks for all the support up until now, and I think that. The whole 3Year community really needs to be grateful for the job that you already are doing, and especially that you will be doing in the next months. That's got to be so important.
Thank you very much. Really appreciate you all, and this is going to be a fun journey together. Thank you so much. I wish you a great evening. Bye everyone.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Thank you for being with us. Oh my God, that was amazing, and time just flows when you have such an amazing conversation. I just look at the time. It's almost an hour. Can you believe it?
Yeah, it's like it really went fast.
Yeah, flew by. But super interesting also to hear his take on how the crypto market is evolving, and hear him talk from his perspective of an outsider about what he thinks of 3Year and how he compares us to others. So it's really nice to hear from Domenik as well.
Yeah, and I think he's really. I think we will have him on the call a few more times for sure. He needs to come on. He is like so much knowledge there, crazy.
Yes, I think now everyone who's just looking at this says, "Oh, I would like to be like that," another Domenik, and have all the experience and all the knowledge. But what's important is that 3Year is doing a really, really important job, a very important project. We were talking on our last Twitter space about the importance of digital identities. This is a whole new and big subject, and this is something that we should talk more about, right, Ruba and Sandi? But we do have only a couple of more minutes, and just tell me, should we say something about it? Should we leave it for the next AMA, and to go deeper into it?
I think we can take a few more questions if there is something, but I think it was really a nice AMA. We shouldn't go over an hour, I think.
Don't forget to enter your daily secret code
Exactly. And
Yeah.
you actually have Ruba now on the call. That's also not happening every day. So I think, a few questions for Ruba. But whatever comes up, that's really that's interesting you, just come and yeah, ask the question, and we'll answer anything.
Okay, Ruba, maybe just a question from me. We still cannot participate in this ultimate giveaway.
No, unfortunately not. But there's so much participation. It's really fun because when the code is posted somewhere very late at night, European time, people start asking in the Telegram channel, "Where's the code? Where's the code? Has anybody seen it yet?" And it's quite fun to do it. So I think it makes sense to maybe post it a bit earlier before people start freaking out. Today it was earlier during the AMA, and yeah, but it's really fun to watch. But unfortunately, Anita, there is no chance for us to get in. We'll be disqualified.
Okay.
Do you know how many participants we have already?
I
How
can
many?
check.
I think there is I see it. It's over 31,000 entries already.
Yes.
Wow. That's cool.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Great.
And today's secret code was claimed by 7 people. So that means not everyone on the AMA actually went over and put it in. I hope you understood my Chinese.
We're not posting it anywhere else, so that's it. So the advantage, you have the advantage if you watch the AMA, and you only have 24 hours to put in the code. So
Yes.
tomorrow then there'll be another one.
Ruba, we have 2 more minutes, and someone said, Richard, give us a small update on the marketing.
Okay, so what we're heavily focused on right now is bringing out more of the aspect of the value that 3Air provides after giving internet. So now 3Air has brought that point across. We're known as the token and the blockchain platform that will bring people internet, and now we want to focus more on the end result. Or all of the possibilities that brings. So digital identities and banking for people who were previously not online and didn't have access to an identity and didn't have access to a bank account. What does it mean for them, and how will they be able to use 3Air to connect and join the global economy? And also a few other announcements that are coming that I don't want to give away too much, but it's something that we're heavily focused on right now, content-wise, also branding-wise. So we have a lot more going in that direction.
Okay,
Yeah,
just
maybe.
another short question. Do you disqualify people if they post fake photos in contests?
Yes. So the system already does a good job of disqualifying fake accounts and duplicate entries. And we also check if something is flagged or if something looks suspicious, we take them out.
Okay, thank you very much, Ruba.
This is
Sandi
actually
showing.
the previous one. So this is when we gave away a iPhone 13. There were a lot of people that also won the tokens, and that's the 3Air family. So it's like really that's kind of amazing watching. So many people all around the world actually identifying already with 3Air, and yeah, that's really amazing. Even
And
the
that's the
snake
cat
we
and the
love.
dog. Oh, wow.
Really amazing.
No, and that goes on and on and on and on and on. It's like crazy.
Really it is.
Yeah.
Should we add hours today? Maybe if we just, show the sign and someone maybe takes a photo. I know that
Yeah.
we cannot be in the contest, but still.
Of course,
There's you.
we can always post the pictures on, for sure.
Wow, look at that. It's really great.
It's so cute.
And
with
all the
pets.
ideas.
Yay.
Thank you.
It's a lot.
Thank you for doing that, and thank you for being the part of community. Thank you for making it stronger. If you are not in any our community yet, of course, join Discord, Telegram, and Twitter. We are there all the time for you. Interesting discussions are going on there. And if you miss the code, maybe someone will tell it to you. But still, we are there, which is important. And let's do this 3 now. Maybe, and if someone can, maybe they will take a picture. And then, Ruba, are you with us?
I was hesitating of doing the code again, just in case.
Okay. Will you?
I'm pretty sure this one will be somewhere screenshotted.
Yeah. But it's funny because people don't share the codes. They just say, I found it. Yeah, it's somewhere, but they don't share the code. So it is quite competitive.
Yeah, we said they should not. So yeah, at first they were sharing it, but no, it's the codes have a purpose. It's not just we're just giving away everything. You need to work a bit, right? And the one that works the most should get the best price, and that's it.
Yes.
Yeah, it's true.
A big one for us that will add value to the community, to you who is involved in 3R, is sharing. So even if you have completed the sharing tasks on the giveaway already, just share again. Keep sharing 3R, because that's really what spreads the word out to more audiences and gets in front of more people than if it's just our accounts that share it. We've already used that, right? So when you share it and you have your entire network that sees your post, that will help quite a bit.
Yeah, because sharing is caring, right?
Exactly.
Also share this video, like, subscribe to our YouTube channel. And yeah, we're here every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Central Europe time. So watch us, because it does pay. Yeah.
Thank you for being with us today, and we'll be back soon. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Right.